Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. As always, thank you so much for being here, clicking on this video. I really do appreciate that. We're going to be covering the Superman production, which is currently ongoing, and it looks like a stuntman has been injured during a high-speed chase that was filmed on set. Also, we're going to be checking out brand new images and brand new set footage coming out of the production also. So make sure you stick around for all of that. So, let's get into it, let's break down this article, and let's find out what's going on the set of Superman. So, this comes to us from Comic Flick News. So, stuntman injured during high-speed motorcycle scene in Superman and new action scene footage in a stadium. So, during the Superman shoot in Cleveland, Ohio, a stuntman was injured while filming a high-speed chase sequence on the Detroit Super Bridge yesterday. I think sometimes as fans of these movies, we forget how dangerous these movie sets can actually be. When you have rigs and motorcycles and cars and all this crazy stuff going on set, these kind of accidents happen. But let's continue reading. So, Cleveland.com, this is where all the major media and news stories come from in regard to the Superman production, reported that the stuntman was riding a motorcycle when he took a spill, clutching his knee, and he hit the ground. The camera crew stopped filming as he was placed on a stretcher and put into an ambulance. We do have a picture to check out in just a sec, guys, so we'll get to that in a minute. Thankfully, it doesn't appear to be life-threatening. That's great to hear. I'm so relieved as a fan. I don't want anyone to be injured on the set of this movie. The site confirms that the stuntman received treatment for several minutes before the ambulance left the scene with him inside. So his current condition is unknown, so as of this moment we don't know if he's okay or not, and there's no word on whom he was doubling for. Given that he was dressed in black, it's possible he was meant to be Rick Flag Sr. or another Argos agent spotted on set recently. So as for the scene being shot, it's said the stuntman rehearsed the scene several times without incident. In the action, he and another stunt person on the motorcycle are fleeing Metropolis on a bridge at a high rate of speed when one of them causes a staged collision between 6 cars. Production was paused for roughly 40 minutes before cameras started rolling again. So guys, if we scroll down here, we can see an image of the incident that happened. The motorcycle rider is on the floor. He's kind of clutching his knee here, so it looks like he's injured his knee or his leg to some degree. We see the motorcycle on the ground behind him. It doesn't look like to be a high kind of impact accident because the motorcycle doesn't seem to have that much damage on it. There's a little bit of what I think is the motorcycle here on the ground. Obviously, the crew members coming to his aid. But again, we don't see a lot of damage here on the bike, so it doesn't seem to be a massive kind of impact. But again, we don't want to see anyone being injured. But I guess when you think about it, he's a stuntman. He knows what he signed up for as part of the job description, that you might possibly be injured and you're there to fill in for the actors. So if, you're going to get injured, it's part of the job detail. You kind of know what you're signing up for, like I say. So let's move on to this Instagram post down here. It's kind of a drone shot of the site where the movie is being filmed on the bridge, and it's pretty damn cool. It's very high definition, shot by a drone, and it gives us a better look at the bridge and where the film is currently rolling. And it's going to be interesting to see how this is framed within the movie, how different it's going to look once they do it in post-production. This doesn't give us any kind of action scenes in this drone footage, but it's just a nice overview of kind of the area and where the movie's being shot, and I thought it'd be cool for you guys to see it. So this comes to us from Corey Smirk anyway, and it says day 2 dropping by the Superman set. From the looks of it, they are filming a chase or an action scene. Pretty awesome to see. The clip where the cars are reversing is a reset between takes. So yeah, there you go guys. So all the cars are on the bridge, they're trying to escape Metropolis. And this fan here obviously shot this footage on a drone, which is pretty damn cool. So let's move on to this next post, which comes to us from X. Is on X, I should say. It comes to us from Joey Morona. So this rehearsal done about 30 minutes earlier went flawlessly, minus the planned collision of the cars in the foreground. So it's on the same bridge that drone footage was shot. Let's take a look at this scene and see what it has to show us. So we have a high-speed chase. Looks like 2 motorcyclists here kind of weaving in and out of traffic. So let's play it. As we can see here, they're kind of circling in and out of the cars here. And yeah, it seems to be some sort of chase scene going on. The cars have a bit of a collision towards the bottom right. And the motorcycle goes speeding off to the end of the bridge. So we can follow him here. So this one motorcyclist at the front, like I said, he goes speeding off towards the end of the bridge. And the second motorcyclist here, there seems to be a kind of collision with these cars, and the motorcyclist kind of gets caught up in this collision here. So let's scroll up quickly because we have a kind of a response to that clip. So this comes to us also from Joey Morona. So here's a video of the motorcycle chase on the set of Superman today, in which a stuntman is injured. The first biker crashes, but it happens off screen, just out of frame. So unfortunately, we don't actually get to see the accident in the frame of the camera, which kind of sucks, because it would have been good to see it. But obviously, again, it wouldn't have been good to see it at the same time, because like I say, we don't want to see anyone be injured. But let's play this clip quickly and see what it shows us. So again, we have that motorcyclist in the middle, speeding off to the end of the bridge. We have a motorcyclist down here who's kind of with this group of cars. The motorcyclist goes past, and then apparently the motorcycle crash happens just off screen. So I'm assuming where this motorcyclist is here, towards the middle of the bridge, he goes off camera, and then he ends up in a collision just off the camera, just to the left of where my mouse is pointing. So again, it's horrible to hear these kind of things happening, but as a stunt rider, a motorcyclist, one of the most dangerous things you can do. It's kind of, you know, in the back of your mind, it's a possibility when you sign on to do this kind of work. But again, don't wish it to happen to anyone. So jumping back over to the article quickly, work has resumed today. Though there's still no sign of Superman's cast, filmmaker James Gunn is on set, suggesting these scenes will be an important part of his upcoming reboot. So whether this means we've seen the last of the movie costume superheroes remains to be seen. However, we're hopeful that the Man of Steel will make an appearance in the coming days. And we absolutely know that's going to happen, and we're going to get more set leaks, so I'll make sure I keep everyone up to date with that, guys, so don't worry, I've got you covered. So next up, we have another post from Joey Morona. Superman filming underway today, starting with continuation of bridge scene from yesterday. Director James Gunn on set, circled in a red t-shirt. Stay tuned for updates. So this person here, Joey Morona, he must be staying in a hotel or an apartment block that's right next to this bridge, because he's got a great view of what's going on this bridge, which is cool. So let's check out this image in this red kind of circle here. It's very, very hard to see from this angle. Obviously, it's very zoomed out, but James Gunn is here. They're really focusing on what's going on this bridge with the kind of the action sequence of these motorcyclists and the car crash or car collisions that are going on. They're really focusing on the action, it seems, within this movie, which is absolutely phenomenal to hear, because we want a great action scene. Also, we have this image over here. So if we hop over to this website here, cleveland.com, we have a zoomed in image of James Gunn here. He's doing something with the car door here. They're very kind of focused on, you know, the positioning of the cars, the kind of what's going on, the texture of the scene. And we have a few different images here which we can check out. So let's go through and check out these images quickly. Again, we've got James Gunn here. Let's go on to the next one. James Gunn, they're kind of circling around this car. I'm not really sure exactly what they're doing with this car. They're setting it up to some degree. Is it remotely controlled so it can crash? That's another factor that could be happening. He seems to be playing with that door. And again, we've got these big kind of, I'm guessing this is like a reflecting panel, kind of to get the lighting and the shade right within the action scene. I'm assuming that's what this is. I could be wrong. And again, we've got crew members standing around these cars. And then at the end, we seem to have this kind of mock-up collision of this these cars with on the bridge, like we saw in that scene before. And seems to be some sort of big crash here, which is kind of cool to see. So back over to the article quickly. Next up is Progressive Field, which, based on what we've heard from the set, is being transformed into Lord Tech Field. So yesterday afternoon, stuntmen were spotted rehearsing a scene showing Superman battling an unknown foe in the air before dragging them face first across the baseball stadium ground. Check out the footage in the X post below. I mean, that sounds cool. I mean, Superman dragging someone across the ground by their face. I mean, sign me up, take my money. Just that scene alone, that sounds awesome. So we have a post here from Michael Collier, by the sound of it. So, a bit of a Superman action scene inside Progressive Field this evening. The production will be shooting several scenes at the stadium this week. So we have some footage here, so let's check out this footage. So let me just mute that quickly. So as we can see here, we've got Superman here, and it looks like he's grabbing somebody and then dragging him face first along the dirt here. That's going to look awesome within the film. I can't wait to see how that turns out. But just seeing Superman like that being dragged across the field, I think is pretty cool. Again, here we go. Superman face first, dragging this guy, whoever this is going to be. We're not sure who this is going to be. It could be Bizarro. It could be Lex Luthor. We just don't know who this villain is. And obviously it's quite blurry. It's zoomed out, so it's hard to tell the context of the scene. But yeah, I thought you guys would like that. I mean, seeing Superman in action in any way, shape or form is pretty damn cool in my opinion. So, up next, we have a look at some of the set of Metropolis, some of the details. So let's jump into this X post and let's check this out. So, from Greater Cleveland Partnership, a closer look at some of the set details in Metropolis's Museum District. So this first image here, Action Committee of Metropolis 1938. We have this kind of really cool plaque here, which looks amazing. I love this. It looks very old school. It looks very like 30s or 40s, that kind of retro vibe. That's the kind of vibes it gives me anyway. So on to the next one. We have Museum District and cleaning up the city. VacuumCon, I think that says. VacuumCon? I think that's what it says. The nation's largest trade show, exhibiting the latest in engineering, servicing, training, design. Get your tickets now. The cutting edge of vacuum technology. So if you want to go to a vacuum convention, this has got you covered. I've never heard of VacuumCon or a vacuum convention. I mean, but everybody has different interests, so I'm not judging. So on to the next one. We have Try Our Shakes, Choco's Cookie Shake. And it's just kind of a board outside of what looks like to be a coffee shop or a milkshake shop. And yeah, I mean, that's really cool. Really nice vibes, very colorful. So on to the next one. We have Felice Metropolis Metro Market. And 555-0145 exit 232. Keeping the city office. So yeah, it's just little things like this that bring the city to life. Within the movie, we're not going to pay much attention to this. We're not going to see this kind of stuff. But for people who do spot it, for people who do freeze frame the movie, these little things kind of make the city feel more vibrant and more alive, which is kind of cool. So guys, landing back over here on the article, that's kind of where we are when it comes to our set pictures and set footage for this video. But we'll just finish off with the article here before we end the video. So David Corenswet's playing the Man of Steel. Rachel Brosnahan is cast as Lois Lane. We've got the cast list here, guys. If you want to pause the video and have a read, I'm not going to bore you by reading through it all. So if you're not sure of the cast and the characters, have a pause and read it at your own leisure. So like I said, that's the main cast there. Then we have the supporting characters there. So again, pause and have a read. Millie Alcock is also expected to make a cameo appearance. Like I've said in pretty much every video I've covered of Superman so far, will Millie Alcock's Supergirl turn up on set? Will we get a good look at her costume? What would it look like? I can't wait to see her and what she's going to look like as Supergirl. I think a lot of people are really highly anticipating, how she's going to play Supergirl, the tone of her character, what her costume's going to look like, and when are we going to get a first look of this character on set, and will it be in the Superman set leaks, or will we have to wait until our own film starts shooting? That's going to be the big question. So Superman is currently set to be released in theaters July 11th, 2025. So literally exactly 1 year from today, this movie is going to be released, guys. That year is going to go by so damn quick. So this movie is going to be with us in no time at all. I cannot wait. So hyped to see this movie. I really hope they nail it. They have to come out of the gate strong with this rebooted DC Universe. If this movie comes out and flops, then I think the DC Universe is going to be, I have no idea how they're going to recover, because this is going to be the pillar, this is going to be the ingredient to building their kind of recipe of DCU. So if they fail at this movie, then I think they're fucked, to be honest. So guys, I throw it off to you anyway. What do you think about this news? What do you think about this incident with the motorcycle stunt rider here? What do you think about the set images and the footage that we checked out? Does anything stand out to you, or do you think it's all a bit mundane and boring? Whatever your thoughts are about this, guys, can't wait to hear what you have to say. Thanks so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.